It's not a podcast.
It's a GarCast.
And this is the world according to Gar.
Hello and welcome to the world according to Gar. You are listening to GarCast episode number 278. I am Gar. With me as always is the GarFather.
Gar 278. I haven't really noticed the episode number in a while. Wow.
Well, creeping up on the big 3-0. Oh.
Yeah, that might have to be something.
Be like the movie 300. Lots of death.
We could dress like Spartans for that episode.
That would be freaking mint.
I'm in.
I would love to see the short Spartan. Our special guest, DenBob.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad it worked out this week.
So glad.
Yeah. Good timing, right? A little Wednesday action this time around.
Wednesday's the best. Middle of the week.
Hump day.
Fresh from the weekend. It's better.
Yeah, but it was a long weekend, so it's a little different.
Even
For
fresher.
some. Were you off on Monday, Mike?
Technically, no.
Okay. House was busy though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
People are home, cleaning,
No.
nonstop.
Actually, there was some cleaning in my house.
Of course there was.
11 a.m. swim practice. All good. All good things. One of them floating holidays.
Well, happy Columbus Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Some might say.
They're special people. Indigenous.
Some might say. Some might say Columbus.
Or it's a new Jewish holiday.
We had the Jewish holiday this weekend. Happy New Year.
No, it's a new Jewish holiday. Columbus is Jewish.
He's Jewish now? Is that what they found out when they uncovered his bones?
I guess you weren't understanding what we were talking about on the Discord all day Monday.
I was probably exhausted from my weekend of refereeing.
So we will get to that in a minute. BMO had broke the news that I guess, and by the way, they probably held this news, right? Like they released it 3 days before Columbus Day.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Absolutely.
What was thought to be Columbus's remains? I think it's Sevilla or some other Spanish town. They confirmed, I guess, is anything 100% to the 99th percent that it's him, and he is of Spanish and Jewish, ancestry or whatever, based on his DNA.
He's like Jesus.
He's not Italian.
Like Jesus.
Again, we've spoken of this on here. How are you of Jewish descent? Does it mean you're from Israel? Right? Isn't Jewish a religion and not you know what I mean? You can't be half Jewish and half Italian. You could be an Italian Jew because you're an Italian who worships the faith.
Huh? DenBob's on fire right now.
Well, it's true. He's right. We talked about it here. It's Jewish, I believe, is used as both, and it depends on what you're talking about, right?
He was not Israeli. He was Jewish. There was no Israel then either.
Right. But specifically, he was Sephardic Jewish, which then narrows it down more to a race, I think, right? Sephardic is kind of I think. I could be talking out of turn. I could be talking out of school.
Yeah.
No, the Sephardic. I didn't consider the Sephardic aspect
which I believe the Sephardic Jews were from Spain. Yeah. But,
wow. I'm impressed. Who we need right now is Sunil, because I'm sure he knows all of this.
Well, Guar also has reference that he believes his father has told him that they were Sephardic Jews that converted to Christianity going back.
Well, Guar. Was Guar not alive?
I believe
then?
I'm getting that right, Guar. Oh, Guar could have been there when they changed,
Yeah, I believe he might have been.
Yeah. It could have been because of persecution. They were hunting the Jewish vampires. So it's there. I just got an update on my DNA results, speaking of which.
Oh.
Which one did you do?
Well, I did it back when, if you recall, I used to sit next to you in a cubicle in an office back in 2016.
I remember those days.
And somebody got me the DNA test through Ancestry, which was really the only one back then, back in 2016. And I remember sharing it with you, and I was like, this is pretty accurate. And then I think you probably told me, oh well, now if you kill somebody, they're gonna be able to find you because your DNA is in the system. I get it. Fine, whatever. I was curious.
I may not
You
have
gotta watch
back then.
yourself now. You just got to be more careful.
I may not have been like that back then.
And wipe things down.
Yeah, I wanted to be motivated to be really cautious. So I don't know. They got like a random update. I guess they're making some upgrades. Your ancestry DNA results have been updated. They have. I guess they're drilling even further and further down. So they added 54 new subregions in Europe. So previously, when you got the results, they told you like. So let's look at mine. I had 9 ancestral regions. 53% Ireland. See, only half, guys. Only half. 18%.
That's a controlling interest. 50%
Absolutely.
would be,
but barely, right? 18% Baltics. But now Ireland, they've chopped up a little bit. They've got me down to the subregions in Ireland now, which is pretty cool, I guess. Doesn't give me percentages though, but it says I am my Irishness hails from Connacht. Probably saying that wrong. It's a Gaelic word. It's one of the Irish provinces. There's 4 provinces, which is the northwest corner, and Northern Ireland, Ulster County, which is cool. So I'm a bit of a rebel. I'm a bit of a terrorist, and my hate for the English is justified. Ooh. So there you go.
Oh, at least you know where it's coming from. You know what I mean? Sometimes
exactly.
You have that inner rage, and you don't know what you're angry about.
Exactly.
Now you
So,
know.
Sumu,
that's valuable.
Sumu, we're no longer friends. So there you go.
Sad day.
That's sad day.
You still like Nottingham, or at least
yes.
Forest.
Yes, I do. No, I love Sumu. I hold no ill will towards the people of England, just the royal family.
F the royal family. I'm with you on that.
F the royal family. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of dumb.
Well, you don't like rich people, and I want to go right into, before we get to the refs, what did you think, and this has to do with the Europeans too, what did you think the Ryder Cup tickets were going to cost? You seem very upset.
I've purchased tickets for the U.S. Open before, the PGA.
When? How many years ago?
The last time they were here. So was it 5 years ago now, maybe?
And how much
was right after COVID? Probably 100, 125-ish,
I'm
something
just
like
shocked.
that.
I'm just shocked that it was that cheap.
Dude, that 7. So if you're not on the Discord,
please
you don't know the PGA, who runs the Ryder Cup. It's coming to New York. Bethpage Black. Very exciting time to be here in the New York area, except for the fact that they're now going to charge $750 per day for tickets over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday when the actual tournament is happening, which is absolutely insane. There is a large outcry coming from regular general folk like myself that it is basically, it's taken away from regular people, and it's going to be corporate. It's going to be like Yankee Stadium now. Yankee Stadium used to be great, and then they put in a new stadium with all these corporate seats, and everybody that sits down low kind of sucks balls.
Yankee Stadium does suck.
I'm afraid that's what we're going to have. And it was funny. I just found an article on Barstool this morning where they were like, rich people don't have fun, and basically you just took the home field advantage away from the USA.
I do think rich people know how to have fun.
I'm sure they do. And you know what? I mean, there's a lot of carpenters and electricians and, your union workers that make a lot of money that will probably get tickets through corporate places. And I'm sure the crowds will be decent, but I'm not buying. I was absolutely going to go. I'm not spending that much money on those tickets. That's insane.
But I heard you got your box on the 18th hole. Is that true? You guys did?
Well, so my company that I work for now, I have no boxes.
Bosco does.
So the $750 admits you general admission.
Actually,
that gives you no admission to any of the special tents.
No.
Right?
Correct.
Because that's really where.
But you get free food, a bag of chips, and a soda. One visit, so you can go on the line, buy that. I mean, get it for free. Excuse me, no beer or alcohol. You'd have to pay for that. And then go back to the end of the line to get another hot dog, another bag of chips, and another soda if you want. So you do get free food.
Oh, you can eat the whole day?
You can eat for free the whole day. But if you've been to the Open or the PGA before,
that's getting better.
Even to pay for those things, you couldn't. The lines were so insane that you couldn't get it. Now, I'm sure they'll do half the size of the concession stands, right? So there'll be probably less concessions. You'll be a longer line just so you can get that free hot dog. But yeah, it does include free food.
Now, don't you think they're doing this because they know?
Oh,
I'm sure somebody in a room, not that what I said that they're going to sell no matter what, that if they had them for $150, maybe a couple of people would get through like you and get them, but that everything would end up being sold on the secondary market for at least $750. Like somebody came up with that number.
I'm sure. I mean, I bought.
So they want the money for themselves instead of the secondary market guys.
And you know what? I completely forgot about this, but the Ryder Cup, there's no prize money for anybody, so they don't need money generated to pay the players or anything. They're playing for free, so they really is just a complete I'm taking all the money as the PGA. Maybe they'll buy live back with it.
There's operating costs and all that stuff, but they're entitled to take money. But I think somebody decided, hey, we're doing these events. We do them for $150. 80% of the people who go ended up spending at least $750 on the ticket. F these secondary market guys. We're going to do it ourselves.
Could you imagine what the secondary tickets are going to cost now?
Well, yeah.
It's going to be 1,000.
But maybe there won't be as many as available because the people that actually spend $750 are going to keep them. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. I will not be there, unfortunately.
Unless
I get it from my company. My company has had a tent in the past.
Yeah.
I remember meeting Tom there, and I got to go to the tents. So maybe there's a possibility, but even still, then you're in a lottery probably with your company to try to get a ticket. Listen, whatever. Good for them.
Everything's a TV sport now anyway.
Let's get...
I'm hoping the floorboard gets me in.
That's what I'm saying. What do you got? Where's the connection here?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just going to wait in abeyance.
I mean, I know your latest project, people are very impressed with the job you did out here in Nassau County. There's some people with money who are associated to that place. Maybe they remember the great job you did.
And maybe they'll give me an invite too.
Exactly. We'll see.
Yeah. So that's the big PGA news from Bethpage Black.
It sucks. I mean, that's just the way the shitty.
It's the way it is. I mean, they know New York. They're going to sell it. There's no doubt. Yeah. There's people here with lots of money that will buy that stuff up, or they'll just buy it as their business and write it off. I know someone that could do that.
Well, that's fine. And it's my kids. They always want to go to concerts, and I blew a lot of money on Harry Styles. But other ones now, I'm like, no, you're not paying that.
Right. Well,
we can get him face value.
Would like to see Zach Bryan.
That's what Riley's so upset about. She's
it's
like,
$400 right now on TV.
Everything's $400 and up. And then she had a little lesson. She's looking at her. She's like, Dad, check this out. He's playing in his hometown in Tulsa, and it's only like $125. I'm like, right. The area we live in is just too much money.
Yeah.
People will pay whatever.
Just a little information. He did this last year. He played in Brooklyn, and then he added concerts at USB. So keep an eye out for that.
No, and then they went to it.
Yeah.
My kids were there. Yeah.
I'm hoping he does the same. It'll be a nice Christmas present.
I guess. Although you just buy her a new Tesla.
She's got it today. She's living the life, man.
Exactly.
I got to pull Christine's car out of the driveway so she could get out, and I see her jump in that Tesla in a little morning dusk. The lights come up on the Tesla, and she pulls out. I'm like, man, she looks good in that thing.
You really know how to take care of your daughter. So, what? Speaking of EVs, Bosco, have we charged your father's car yet, or is it still dead in the driveway?
Not yet. We're running into some interference. Oh. I've been planning the trip to Penn State with it. I got the app on my phone. I'm planning so that, I always have 25% battery left. I can stop at a place that's reasonable. But the only way to do it is if you delve into the Tesla network of chargers.
Yeah, that chargers
rely only on the EV. I'm going to spend too much time charging, going out of the way, and waiting. So
yeah, the Tesla superchargers are insane.
I had to get an adapter that is on back order. So we may be waiting on the mission to electrify the trip to Penn State.
How far? What's the charge on his car right now?
So the you can go 270 miles. That's concerning. I mean, I think it's rated at higher than that, but you got to discount it because they're never going to get 100%.
Yeah.
Play it safe, man. Play it safe.
So 250 is Penn State. I got to stop at least once. I don't even want to arrive there with nothing left because who knows what State College has.
Yep.
So
that is
mission.
That's an issue
happening this weekend.
So you're uncovering a bit of an issue here. If you don't go Tesla, it seems like there aren't enough charging stations out there in the world.
There's enough.
Well, they have an adapter. Well, the GM has an adapter.
No, but if you didn't have if Tesla didn't put their shit out there, the other car companies are not prepared for this.
Well, but there's individual EV charging companies that are out there. The problem is their charging is like really small. I think Tesla's like 250 or 300 kilowatt. The one I have at work is 6. Like it's a really slow charge. So like DenBob's saying is, if he goes to one of their shitty lower end stations, he might be there for like hours charging back up. Where you go to Tesla, you're done within a half hour. So they have built a nice network for charging.
Tesla charge with a quick bite to eat.
Yes.
Charge, go get something to eat. By the time you get back, even if it's not full, it's close.
Yeah, like I'm doing the trip up to New Hampshire this weekend, and I've mapped it out. And with Tesla, you can put it right in and tell you where their superchargers are, and you can plan on your trip. So on the way back, there's one at a mall somewhere in like Rhode Island or Connecticut. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. On the last stop on the way home, we'll go there. Maria and Christine can go walk around the mall, and then we jump back and. I
want a feedback on that autopilot.
Oh, okay, yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, well, beware what you buy out there in the EV world, people. That's the lesson.
Don't just go buy an EV without knowing if your house can handle it.
Just because you have an EV doesn't mean you're ready to roll, literally.
No, you got to have good planning. It's got to be a mission with planning.
You know, Tesla, from time to time, has given free charges at their supercharging stations, like for customers. They did it this year, I think, for like the first couple of months of the year or something like that. I read that's nice. Then you're really saving money.
You're sticking it to the man.
You really are sticking it.
That's the way to stick it to the man.
So,
all right, good deal.
Yeah.
How was refereeing?
Oh, it was. You know what? So I did 9 games.
Jesus.
9 1-hour games over the weekend. That is a lot.
It's a ton.
Saturday, and I was a little concerned about Sunday weather. It turned out to be nice. But Saturday, it was boys U11 and girls U11 back. So boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. It was actually hotter than I thought it was going to be. I kind of I had an undershirt, took that off right away. And it went well. You know, I definitely am learning. I'm making mistakes. It's tough when you make a mistake and you know you did it and you're like, oh, what do I do? You just stick to your guns. Like, at the younger ages, they do things that you're not used to. So, like, I had twice in the games on Saturday where the goalie played the ball outside of the box. Once where he went and got it outside the box, another time when he carried it out completely and kicked it. And I had to call for the handball. But I didn't know if it was a direct or an indirect kick, for example. So I just did indirect. No coaches complained.
Oh, you got it wrong.
But I got it wrong. I found out afterwards. I looked it up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, there's indirect kicks are very rare. There's only a few things.
Yep. And then I got the reverse confused on my Saturday game. Although Sunday games with the girls, they were U9. They were little. And the goalie, they passed it back to the goalie and she picked it up.
That's indirect.
That's indirect.
That's the only one that I know, actually.
I didn't know what kind of kick it was, so I put it down. But as soon as I did, their girls played it right away, and it didn't matter. But
oh, cool! They did indirect anyway.
They tried to direct, but you know, it was interesting. You know, so I make mistakes, and you got your regular coaches. Like I remember there was one play with the boys, and the boys are a little more intense.
Yeah.
Where you know the ball's going down the sideline, and I guess I couldn't see because the sun was in my eyes, and
the sun was in my eyes.
I called it one way because that's what I saw, and I could hear the coach going, "That clearly was a tip." I'm like, "This is my 5th game.
Oh, out of bounds.
Looking in the sun.
You talking about out of bounds?
Are you going to fight over which way the ball's going on a throw-in? Come on, stop."
As long as he just said it once, and that was the end of it.
He complained the whole game after.
Oh no, that's
every time I went out. Oh, it's not. It's my ball. It's our ball. You know, whatever.
We don't like that.
I don't care. But, you know, definitely learning, trying to figure out how much I want to call as far as penalties. I tend to let them play a little more and go for like the obvious, you took the play out without playing the ball. But the regular like bodies and pushing kids out of the way with your body, I'm not going to call that stuff.
No.
You know, the parents think everything is a foul, you know, the regular stuff. But it was fun. I enjoyed it, made some good bucks. And, you know, we're moving along.
Man.
A lot. I I came home Saturday night. As soon as I got home, my legs were like so tight. And then I'm like, how am I going to do this tomorrow? But once you got moving again, I was loose. But
Did
my calves were
Braxton
dead Saturday night.
Braxton give you a little calf massage
I did,
Saturday night?
but it didn't really help.
She did?
Yeah, I told him, like, I need a calf massage.
Good job, buddy. Way to go.
Yeah.
Did she use the
I'm gonna
shop
try
vac
that.
on that? You do the suction.
She has that
Just ask.
TENS machine it is or whatever. It has a little electric shocks. She's like, you should use that. I'm like, I don't think that's going to help. Just rub it.
I like
Colleen's
that.
big on the TENS machine.
Huh?
Big machine. I like the TENS.
I had the,
Yeah. I like it as well.
can't remember the name of the ointment I
that
put
thing.
on it. What the frick's it called? It's some green. It smells minty. It's nice.
Ben Gay?
No, it's not Bengay anymore. That doesn't smell nice.
Is it the Chinese medicine?
Ooh.
No.
That's
I can
Bert.
actually go get it, but it doesn't really matter.
You should go see Bert.
So I survived. It's a lot of work, and it's hard. It's not super easy, but it's fun to do with the kids anyway.
I think it sounds fun. The little kids. The older kids might get a little rough.
Rebecca,
Yeah, I
made
want to
it.
hear the stories about the angry coaches. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, actually, they were really. I mean, the second day with the girls U9, they were really nice to the coaches, the parent. Nobody complains. Like it goes well.
I want to hear about the altercations, the confrontations.
Yeah, we need something.
That's what I want.
Yeah, not much.
TENS machine. I've been using the TENS machine. I got a little problem. I went to Bert, didn't work.
Bert!
So by the time this is produced, I will have had my appointment with our famous spine doctor on the show,
Oh.
BMO.
What's wrong with your spine?
I got some problem. I can't extend. It's a rotation pain that really it's been nagging for a really long time, and I can't get over it. And you can't use the TENS yourself. I'd have to ask Colleen to apply it all the time. That would be too much to ask. Went to Bert. He said, if this didn't work, I don't know. And so I'm escalating it up the line. When I made the appointment, I did reference that I knew BMO. And so as he's hearing this, just know that I told your office manager that we are members of the Big and Tall Men's Club. So let's just see how that plays itself out. And for those listeners who don't know DenBob, I am not a member of that club.
And there really is a club.
Member.
For those that didn't hear that episode, there actually is an organization. It does exist.
So I'm hoping that plays out funny. Good, has potential.
Yeah, well, take care. I hope you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'll manage.
You get the
Hopefully, how's your Achilles?
The right one, which is not the one that I heard a year ago, is still bothering me. But I feel like I'm in a pretty good routine with running. My running's getting better. The rest of my legs feel like they're coming back to life, and I can tolerate the pain in the Achilles. If that makes any sense.
I'm hoping I do better than that. I'm hoping for a better outcome than tolerate.
Yeah, I hope you get a better outcome.
you know, it's funny. As someone that runs once in a while, like I expected I wouldn't be that sore after reffing, but you do running and cutting and stuff that you don't expect.
Oh, yeah.
Like my core, my stomach
you're in
hurt.
shape for running.
Yeah.
You're not in shape for reffing.
Stop and go. Stop and go.
Yeah, you could be a biker, but once you play pickleball, completely different muscle set.
Pickleball. By the way, a lot of pickleball going on where I was at. I was at the same soccer tournament, everybody. Unfortunately, different field. What a park that is. Veterans Park.
Yeah.
Place. I was there years ago. I had a flashback for Riley dabbled in lacrosse, and I went to a lacrosse game there once on that turf field. Place is massive. Tons of parking.
Yep. Real
bathrooms, not porta potties, and 2 bathrooms. 2 men's, 2 women's in different areas.
Yeah.
The facilities, 2 full-size high school turf football fields side by side. Full grass field. The grass was terrible. They don't have sprinklers. It was like playing on hay. Pickleball, loads of pickleball, tennis, skate park. I'm trying to think what else was. It was unbelievable. Quite a facility, I have to say.
Awesome.
There's a dog run there too, right?
Probably. I didn't see it, but I would imagine somewhere in there. Also, a massive school next to it, an elementary school. I don't know what's going on in Northport. Sounds like the people are leaving. School's closed. Not enough kids.
Actually, they're. I was talking to one of the moms, and she said that Northport schools are decreasing in size, kind of like Smithtown, like West. Like we were talking about this, what divisions the kids play in sports. She said Northport's closed 3 elementary schools, and they're about to be moved down a division in like Section 11. And I know Smithtown West is down, East is not down yet, but people are leaving Long Island, man. It's too expensive. You got to spend $750 to go see golf.
Traumatic. When they shut down a school, or, and you used to go together with some kids, and now you don't. That's traumatic. You lose.
You get over it. My school closed when I was a kid.
Yeah, look how you turned out. You got your own freaking universe, weird beliefs. That's crazy.
Awesome.
I'm not as resilient. If you change my routine, I'm all out.
When I was a kid, I was very upset. But it's good for me.
Oh my God. I would love if we came up with a show like Young Sheldon, Young Gar.
Dude, I was an absolute disaster as a kid. I was scared of everything. I was horrible. Finally got to a point in my life I'm like, fuck it. It's not worth worrying over, but it was a long, hard battle to learn how to do that. That's for sure.
I hear you, brother. I'm glad you made it.
I'm still learning.
I'm still a mess, but not as bad.
Yeah, you finally got those air traffic controllers out of your life. Things settle down. You're fine now. Because I was talking to a local mom. Her name's Rebecca. And I was like, that's a beautiful school next to here. And she was like, oh, my son went there and it's been closed for years. I was like, oh, terrible times.
Yeah. I saw said Rebecca as well.
So, she did come see you? Because she didn't know if she was going to make it. Well, I told her, she was like, I don't think I'm going to make it over there. There was a chance that I was headed to that field for my 4th game, depending on where we finished. And when I found out I wasn't, I told her to get on the radio, describe what you look like, send a picture of you, and have somebody find you to take a picture. So glad she was able to get over there.
Yeah, she ran. That was funny. I didn't expect to see her there. So I saw a woman standing behind the net going, ref, I got action picture. I'm like, who's taking picture? Oh, my God.
She grabbed a couple of pictures of me in coaching mode.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of pictures of her. She loved that golf cart. I mean, you couldn't get her out of it. She was flying every time she was whipping around on that thing. She had power issues. She was in control.
Yeah.
She took right over, but it's great to see her. Nancy got to meet her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Excellent.
How did you guys do in the tournament?
Not well. No.
Are you glad that you went there instead of somewhere in the middle of Pennsylvania?
I told Rebecca 100 times. Oh, and I got a story for you about Pennsylvania because, of course, these people still went. But I got to give the tournament. So the facility was great. Bill, who ran the tournament,
he's insane.
But his emails way too long. But I did get to talk to Bill on Saturday night.
Oh,
I had to step out of a bar to talk to Bill because he called me. Because there was a controversy about the score was entered wrong, and he wanted me to verify. So we had a nice chat.
Him. Dude, you got to see him in rain mode because I've been in this tournament where there's like massive rainouts, and he is. You think you got a lot of emails now? Oh.
I think he's the right guy for the job, though. It's a big undertaking.
He likes it. Yeah. So good for him.
But the teams we played, all but one, it was properly seeded, like playing teams like us or a little better, which is what you want.
Yep.
The first team we played was from Stony Brook, 0-0 at half. I would say they were slightly more talented than us. Like our two of our best players weren't there because they played for some other club. It's freaking annoying. Anyway, they ended up beating us 2-0, but it was a great game. The second game we lost 8-0 to Middle Island.
Oh,
they should not have been in our. They were way.
And they scored 8 goals on you.
So they scored 8 goals.
What a dick move!
Listen to this. It's the best game our goalie has ever played. I swear to God. She made unbelievable saves. It could have been 25-0. It was almost, I'm like, Aoife, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was so good. So that was the controversy. Apparently the referee, because those dopey refs, he handed in his card. He had the scores backwards.
Oh.
Because we saw it on the website. We all went out to dinner afterwards, like locally. And
you were like, hey, we won 8-0.
The head coach is like, look, check this out. It says we won 8-0. So that's when Bill called me and he's like, left me this long voicemail that I didn't listen to. I probably still should delete it.
You should play it for us right now.
Oh, let's see. And I called him back and he's like, hey, the other coach is saying that, he's like, he may be wrong. Don't be afraid to tell me. He's like that, that they actually beat you 8-0. I'm like, Bill, honestly, I don't know what the score was. But we lost by a lot. So whatever they said it was, just put it in there. Let's see what we got here. Billy boy.
Come on, Bill.
Come on, Bill. Play. Why is it not playing out loud?
Yeah, the iPhones do that sometimes. I think
Here we
it's
go.
up to your ear.
Message. Call Bill Butin, Kansas 6318.
Oh, don't want to give away his number.
Blah, 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 blah.
To confirm that there might be a backward scoring of a game you had against the Middle Country team at 4 p.m. The score read that you had 8 and they had 0, and they're claiming it should be reversed. And I want to just get confirmation from you. Again, it's Bill Butin, Kansas.
Yep. All right, I got to read it. Thank you, Bill.
That's great.
Yeah,
I would have said, Bill, you know what? Why don't you screw around with that guy and say, I can't get the other coach to confirm this.
Well, I feel bad for that coach because he probably didn't even notice, and like some parent was probably like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one of our first tournaments with the girls. Like they put in a score wrong or something like that, and we came in third instead of second. And they were like, all the parents are like so angry. They're like, "You got to get that fixed." I'm like, "Who cares?" They're like, "Well, you get the points in the system, and it could affect us in the future." I'm like, "Oh, who cares? Stop."
So, highly recommend the tournament though, because they kicked our ass. Then Sunday we played a team. Great game. We lost 4-3. Like it was so much fun. Like Rebecca actually got to watch that game like that, and we gave up 2 shitty. Like we should have beat them, but it was just fun. Like we got off the schneid. We scored some goals.
It's run very well.
And then we played Massapequa. In our last game, we were winning 2-0, and then we got tied. We tied 2-2. It was just fun.
Yeah, it's a good tournament. I did Heckscher Park on Saturday. That was the East Islip tournament. Those fields were horrible. They were all dust balls.
Well, this grass field was like that. It was terrible. We were better at it, though. The full-size turf fields are like too big for us. We're not ready for it.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever had, Bosco, you've been to a lot of sporting events for your kids. What's the most annoying thing another parent could bring to a game that makes noise?
I mean, that's a great question. So I went to a lot of cruise sporting events.
Okay.
And the cowbell is
that does piss some people off.
It is annoying. And then I remember it was like maybe the next to the last race in college that I ever went to. This guy had a horn. It was like this really long.
That's a Fazuzela. Remember they had those in the World Cup years ago?
It was awful. And this guy, he had lungs of a bear. And he would just, wah, there'd be no boats coming down. Wah, and the thing was loud and it echoed and it ruined my entire afternoon.
When Nick played football in high school, one of the brothers used to bring that horn down. One of the brothers of the kid that he played with.
I didn't know if you were going with an old school term about a certain race, so I didn't know what you were doing there. That was weird. That was weird. I got nervous.
One of his teammates' older brothers used to bring the horn down every game.
Got it. Or if it was a religious thing. I didn't know which way you were going.
Right. There's a Franciscan.
Was
there any sisters? Any sisters?
His Jewish brother.
Whoa. Sammy Davis?
So yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for the new.
I would go air horn if you asked me for what's the most annoying.
And there's the winner. Maybe it's a Suffolk County thing. So we're playing Stony Brook in our first game. 0-0 at half. Really good battle. Like goalies are playing well. We swap out our goalie at halftime. Like I hope she becomes full-time because she's very good. And our second goalie, she's decent, but she gets a little rattled sometimes. And our defense let her down. And all of a sudden she's under a ton of pressure. And they get a goal. I mean, I jumped out of my skin. This guy, air horn. I'm like, what the hell?
What an idiot. You know,
Nancy, no, actually it was a woman. Nancy said it was a mom.
I hate that woman.
Yeah.
That is somebody who is new villain on the show. Horn woman from the tournament.
And it rattled my goalie. She's a tough kid, but she can get a little emotional when she gives up goals. You know how kids can be like that. I'm like, Claire, it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Now, there's this crazy, we give up a second goal. Now we get there. I'm like, you guys, I was ready to go over and kill somebody.
Oh my God.
Which town was this? Massapequa?
Stony Brook.
That's not surprising.
So I started I started yelling. I was like, don't worry, these people all just lost their homes to flooding. Scream that across the... No, I didn't do that. I wanted to. But I swear to God, it rattled our goalie. There's a corner kick. She's under pressure again. Now she's upset. And she's backing from the side, wails her head off the freaking bar of the goal.
Oh.
And I swear the air horn had something to do with it.
I bet.
They're not allowed in high school sports because they're used to signal substitutions and stuff like that.
Good point.
And most other sports, like I know football, we use the air horn even when they were PAL, and that's it.
That's what he did. I forgot we had that sound effect.
Too bad. Yeah. So
I asked
Stony Brook,
Rebecca.
Three
I said
Village.
if she doesn't do it, I'll be calling Bill. We need that into the rules of the tournament for next year. No air horns.
It's just unsportsman.
Now we were making fun of them the next day because their first game was against the team that beat us 8-0.
Oh, I hope they got killed.
Never heard the air horn. That's all I gotta say.
Good.
Never heard the air horn, so I don't think anything went in. I didn't check the score. But yeah, come on, parents. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Villain.
12-year-old girls.
Yeah. Terrible.
Other
Terrible.
than that, great
I
tournament.
hate that woman. I hate her.
She sucks.
F
Punch her in the
her.
throat. F air horn lady. We did get a report. So another reason not to go to the Lehigh Valley soccer tournament. No one should ever go. We get a text Sunday morning from somebody who was there. Now, every year we go there, I've probably ranted about it here. I've never felt welcomed by the tournament directors, by anybody from Pennsylvania. They almost seem like, why are these people here? And we bring 17 to 20 teams to this tournament from Floral Park. The hotels hate us. They're always like, sorry, noise. Any hotel we've been in, they give you an issue about hanging out in the lobby, or you try to get a private conference room and they'll come in and see your kids are running around. And listen, I'm sure some parents have let their kids get out of control, but I've been in situations where it's not bad and there's still dicks, and I've seen fights or horror stories. This year tops it all. So big mistake by these coaches. That people fall for this trap, these young parents. When you go on the road, you can't stay in a hotel with more than one team. Some of these parents want to say, oh, let's go. We'll get these 4 teams because my brother's on that one and we'll all stay in the same hotel. Now you've got like 60 kids running around instead of 20, right? Parents, all this shit. So whatever hotel these people were in, I know some of them, the guy says, listen, the quiet hours start at 9:30. You got to shut this down. And they had a private room because they wanted to watch one of the college football games.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they got a conference room and they had it going on in there. Apparently, the guy comes in. He's like, listen, you're being too loud. Your kids are running around. We're getting calls to the front desk. We have a lot of long-haul truckers that stay here and they're trying to sleep. I don't know, weird shit.
Bullshit. It's all soccer tournament kids.
Yeah. Long story short, I don't know what made the guy do this. This is how it ended. Hotel calls the police. The police show up. Everyone on these teams had booked on one contract because they blocked out the rooms.
Yep.
Everyone who was booked on that contract, even if they were asleep in their room, because the cops made this decision at 11 p.m., had to leave the hotel. No refund. You can't sleep here.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And I've got this firsthand from several people who experienced it.
So they knocked on the door and said, everybody out?
Everybody out.
At 11 o'clock at night.
They made one of the head coaches had to walk around with the police and knock on everybody's door.
But it was everybody. It wasn't just his team, though, right? It was every team that was in the hotel that booked.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that. I'm not sure, how many families were on that contract, but this one team in particular was the whole team.
Well, when you do those tournaments, you have to book. Well, they want you to. We've gotten around it before,
yeah.
but you're supposed to book through the contract.
Right.
Wow.
That hotel was empty. They saved all that money on breakfast the next morning.
A couple of people just said F this and drove back to New York, so they were short players the
That's
next
what
day.
I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have been out. I would have said, screw that.
Now I would have been, not because like Saturday night, I'm gonna have a couple cocktails. Nancy's gonna have a cocktail.
Buzzed.
I would have been like, I'm not driving anywhere. What do you want me to do? I guess they would have been like getting a cab. Like, I don't know what they would have done.
And there's no other hotels because of the freaking tournament. Every hotel's booked. You couldn't even go anywhere.
So a friend of ours sent a text. I don't have it. I think Mike had it with the picture. Ended up staying in the Phillipsburg, New Jersey Motor Lodge.
Oh my
God, just over the border, like an hour away.
When I hear Motor Lodge, I cringe.
Yeah,
like Linda would not approve.
Yeah. No. So what a nightmare. I hope everyone goes to Northport next year.
Yeah, fuck that tournament.
Wow,
no more.
That's so interesting that you could even do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't there.
But how do you fight it? I'm sure the cop does not have the ability to do that.
Yeah, like I'm pretty.
To say, I want your supervisor. Get your supervisor down here.
Right. I mean, 11:30 at night. I mean, I guess you could do that, right?
Get your supervisor. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
The cop has no right to do that.
Arrest me or get your supervisor.
Wow, you're a rule follower too.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't fly. Because You
Yeah.
made the point. I had a couple of drinks. It's too late now.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you're going to have to ask the hotel manager to make an exception for this room or get your supervisor and arrest me. Put us all in jail.
Right.
Every one of us.
Unless there's
I
something
think-
in the contract, and that's not criminal. It's breaking a contract, right?
That's right. That would be a breach of contract. Tort.
I'm very,
Not a tort, breach of contract.
like, God forbid I get pulled over. Like, I'm always the cops. Yes, sir. I think I would have lost my shit. Like, I think I would have, like, a trigger would, like, you fucking, like, I would have went nuts. I think I would have got arrested.
Especially if they wake you up.
I don't know. Yeah,
Let's
like,
say you were asleep.
Do you think
Yeah.
was the cop there? Do you know, or did the hotel guy just say this that the cop said it?
no, the police 100% came. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
All
They were
right.
involved. I don't know how. I'm glad I wasn't there. I'll just say that because
You could have ended
We
up
have an
like
eyewitness. We need them on the show. I really want to get into.
I'll get more
details.
details. This was really just breaking over. I haven't seen. This was over text. I got to get a beer with one of the guys that was there, who I will do that and just
Yeah,
get,
we need follow up
his
on this.
tale.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
too big of a deal.
this is
More
how
to come.
Scotty Scheffler gets in trouble.
Right. It's probably that same cop. He probably transferred to
Same guy.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Probably was the
yeah.
same dude.
That's the kind of guy. Probably went in.
Yeah.
You think he went in like hand on the gun?
Oh, no doubt.
God, I
No
hope
doubt.
not.
The Saka family?
How did he
Yikes.
holster that thing? I hope he didn't holster it like you do, DenBob,
No.
with
So-
your pajama
So
pants
I had a
on.
big weekend too.
Well, do tell.
Go ahead.
I went to a wedding
Ooh.
for Colleen's co-teacher. So
Okay.
Colleen teaches in a classroom, and she's the special education teacher, and the regular ed teacher is like 26 years old. And they've worked together for a couple of years, and I never met her. Colleen keeps me away from her young teacher friends. I don't know why, but there's a very distinct separation in our social lives. But the wedding, I snuck in. I got invited, and I was going to the wedding. And it was pretty cool. So the first thing was, what are you going to wear, right? And I never really think about that in advance. I just have a suit or something. I pull something off the shelf.
A rack.
But then Colleen is like, why don't you try it on? And I was like, uh-oh. So over the summer, I've had a lot of stress. I didn't really get dressed. I went to construction site all summer, so I had
Busy
like,
guy.
a construction pair of pants, and
Shorts.
then I would come home and put, sweatpants on. And I didn't realize the impact. That
Oh,
the
no.
stress,
Oh no.
Yeah. the suits didn't fit.
Oh boy.
Mm.
And
Hold on,
Colleen would go
I'm
to
switching
a college,
devices.
She'd be like, what about this? And I was like, well, here's a clue. If it says slim fit on it, not happening. And then she was like, well, wait a second. This particular brand, it runs big. And I'm like, yeah, there's no brand that runs that big. So she had to go buy me a new outfit for the wedding. I didn't go suit. I went sport jacket and shirt and tie, which I think went over just fine.
I like that move.
I think it went over fine. Nobody there was big dressers. They were all teachers. So it was pretty cool.
And was it a
And
second
then-
wedding or first?
First wedding, she's 26 years old. So it was
Okay.
really fun. It was at Cowfish in the Hamptons.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool because it had more of a restaurant feel than a wedding feel. Certainly the young people all got up and went nuts at some point, and that was really fun. But, the older people. And oddly enough, I was not DenBob at the wedding. I said that my job is not to be me, but to be supportive of Colleen. And I rocked it. I was as liberal as you could be when I was with liberals. When I was talking with somebody who was, more Republican, I was all about it. I argued every side. I pulled Guar's analogies out. And I was a rock star. People had no idea what I believed in. And then at some point when the conversation did get between other people, we sensed them start to get a little prickly about politics. Me and the guy next to me, who I had just met, were like, we have plenty of other things to talk about. And
Just
we
move
just
on.
skipped over it, avoided it. Really fun. And it was funny. We were talking, and we told this particular story about one of Chris's friends in Penn State, about a mutual friend, and the guy's like, I heard of this place before. And at the same time, from another town, they knew the same kid. It was pretty fun. So I will say that I was not DenBob at the wedding. I was just a fat supporter of my wife.
You were like George Costanza.
Yep. So
Although he
I am
killed
now,
his wife.
I was so humbled. I was so humbled at that point. I am now on a new diet. I purchased this time the gimmick I'm going to use. I've done with really good success keto.
Hey, you're the
But
keto guy.
I just can't do it again. I don't think it's that healthy, especially the way I do it. Like, it can be healthy if you have all lean proteins and only like avocado and salmon for your fats. But when you're just loading steaks with cheese, it's not a good solution. Even though you may lose weight, I just think it's intuitively I just can't do it. So I bought
Now,
the
were
Lumen.
any hotties at the wedding?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, besides my wife, but yes.
Yeah.
You might have noticed.
But
I mean, I know you already said teachers don't dress nice, but there still could be some hotties there.
they were young. I was ears up and appropriate the whole time.
Ears up.
Yep, I only look at the ears up. I don't look below the ears.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. Got it.
Yeah, no, ears up. Yeah, so I'm not a fat pig anymore. I bought the Lumen. I didn't get it yet, but I'm supposed to breathe into it. It is going to determine whether I'm burning fat or carbs or I got enough sleep.
Oh.
And it is going to make recommendations for me throughout the day. It may say skip exercise. I hope it says skip exercise. It may say skip exercise. You need more sleep. I'm going to love it when it says that.
I'm sure that works.
It might say, listen, you need to cycle your carbs. You've had enough fat and protein. Eat carbs. I would love that too. It might say have an ice cream. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the Lumen, and I will report back. I bought it last night at 11 o'clock.
Oh.
It's going to take about a week to get here, and maybe I'll do an unboxing on the show next week.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
That's fun. By the way, I just drove by the guy that stayed in the Phillipsburg Motor, and I should have stopped and interviewed.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been something else.
But I'm picking up Riley. Riley just took the PSAT, and she's hate texting me because I'm running late.
Oh boy, sorry. We got important things going on here.
I love how you are able to host a show while doing other things. Like, I think it's amazing.
He's amazing.
I can't do it at all.
Oh, yeah.
I have to be sitting here if I'm in another location, and some of the shows where I'm a sub performer. That's usually because I'm.
Yeah. You gotta keep it moving. You
got.
I almost ran over the garbage. I almost ran over a garbage man. Sorry, buddy.
Hey now.
Now.
So DenBob.
Yes.
We can get to sports, and it is so obvious what teams
No.
you watch.
No.
You don't want to talk about sports?
Not really.
Yankees.
Not with him.
Yankees win again last night, so they're 2 games away from getting to the World Series. There could be other teams in the area that might be moving in the same direction. I did notice when DenBob got home from work 2 nights ago. I was at home and said, "Oh, something's changed in the world. I can feel it. I can see it in the score."
I haven't been able to watch a team win anything.
And while you were distracted, the Islanders went to Colorado and won. So
exactly, because I didn't watch. And then last night I watched the Yankees. The time that I watched, Cleveland got 2 runs.
Oh.
I went to bed, and then Aaron Judge hit the 2-run homer.
Wow.
While I was in bed. I missed that.
Look at you.
The Jets? Or we waiting?
We can talk about the Jets because I don't know what's happening with the Jets. I have no idea what to expect.
I just got to sign them out of school. I'll be right back. I'm walking in, but I'll be on mute.
Yep. I don't know, right? The Jets, they lost again.
They lost again. It wasn't a bad game. Could it be? Could it be the one player? So they got the Devonta Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Could that make the difference? That one more player that they doubled down on?
It's not the player. He's a fantastic player, and it maybe the change is just the commitment, and maybe the players all like kind of get hyped up, and that's what helps. Like they're not losing because they don't have a good wide receiver, even if I'm not a Lazard fan, but it might get people kind of pumped up, And they got a chance here. Maybe they can go on a run. They got a decent schedule coming up. So, it might help the team out for sure. I don't know if Mike's listening to us or not, but
on the Fan today, while we're on the Jets, there was another whoa.
God. DenBob.
Ears up. Ears up. So on the Fan this morning, Fireman Ed wrote that he believes he's being phased out.
When did he phase in? Like, he's just a fan, isn't he?
So but he feels that during touchdowns that he's not getting Jumbotron exposure.
Are you
like
kidding me?
in the past.
This guy's such a bitch.
He's a little bitch.
He really is a
Especially since
bitch.
they're not scoring touchdowns. It's not like there's a lot of opportunity for him to be on the Jumbotron anyway. I mean, how many touchdowns have they scored?
There's something cool about him, but I always kind of felt him as like borderline annoying. This puts him in way annoying.
Way
world.
over the border annoying. Just do your sneering and shut your mouth.
Oh my God.
You're less than a peanut server.
You're a
fan.
Freaking fan. He's
You're
not
a
even a
fan.
fireman.
Was he ever a fireman, or did he just buy the uniform?
Mike probably knows. I don't know. I think I don't know if he was anymore. I think he was at one point. I think it just kind of stayed with him because of the fireman.
One of the
hat.
hosts, not Boomer. I guess it's whoever is with Boomer. He's like, maybe Aaron Rodgers doesn't like you, and he's the one. Maybe he went to the front office and he was like, not so crazy, not so crazy. So they were playing into it like that. It was actually a pretty funny bit. But maybe there's a ring of truth to it. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, he said, no distractions. I want to be the center of attention when a touchdown is scored. The Jumbotron should be on me, not on Fireman Ed. You never know. You never know. At what point, I don't know. Like, it's really hard to be a Jets fan now. I appreciate, unlike the Islanders, I appreciate how they're doubling down.
Oh, they're going for it. They have
Fire
to,
the coach
right?
now. Don't wait till the end of the season.
Yep.
Fire him now. I like it.
Yeah, once you're all in, you're all in. Just keep going all in.
Yeah.
So they got to just keep going all in. And
They already have no future.
Was it all gas, no brakes?
No, we got rid of him.
Yeah, but they could still. They're doing it still.
I like Rex Ryan on Monday Night Football. He was great.
Rex Ryan was on Monday Night
He was
Football?
on the Peyton Manning cast.
Was he? I missed it. Was that late?
We need to bring him back.
Was he the last guest?
He was. And he was really great.
I fell asleep that late.
His analysis is excellent, and
he's really
you
good.
can tell it's completely off the cuff.
He's got beautiful
they would try
teeth.
to pull something out of him, and he just knew everything about the players that he was talking about. He was really, really good.
Does he still do one of the pregame shows somewhere?
I think so. I have seen him, but I never really watched him until the Manning cast, and he was.
I just know when
really
he's
good.
on, like Christine goes, that guy has really white teeth.
He does. That's exactly right. I noticed that as well. I didn't make the comment, but I can appreciate Christine's notice. Yeah.
Yep.
Very white. I wonder if they're fake.
Probably fake, right?
You think they're fake or just really polished?
Probably
I don't know
both.
that I would ever do that. I don't know. My teeth are fine.
Good enough.
They're
You just need them to
fine.
eat, right? What else do you need them
At a
for?
certain point, I'm going to stop being a fat slob before I start worrying about
Maybe you need new teeth that won't let you
Maybe
eat
that's
anymore.
The issue. I was certainly, by the looks of my belly, I've worn my teeth out chewing so much stuff. But soon, once Lumen, I'm telling you, I'm going to be a fan. Once Lumen comes in and it tells me what to do,
I can't wait to see how this
it's gonna
goes.
be amazing.
I mean, I'm sure you'll do well because you're so conscious about it now. You're not going to go half-ass.
No, I'm all in. And Colleen is the worst because she's like, Dennis, what do you think about last night? Postpone the diet one more day. We have some Penn State ice cream left over. I'm like, nah, I'm out. No ice cream.
I think you're supposed to finish the ice cream and then
I'm
go.
out.
Because
How long are you going to do that? How long is this going to go on for?
I got to lose 20 pounds.
Whoa.
As
that
long
can
as
take a while. What's your goal?
no,
A couple pounds a week?
a pound and a half a week.
Yep. Yeah, this is
I wanna be able
long.
to
You got the
exercise.
holidays coming up. Oh, It's gonna be tough, bro.
You know what? There'll be holidays next year when I'm skinny.
Can we get a weekly update?
Yes, we can track my weight. Maybe I'll put a.
All right, what are you weighing?
And I'll
What
tell
are
you,
you weighing
I got
now?
so motivated. You know what motivated me?
He doesn't want to tell you. He's like a
Motivated
chick.
me when he would report his runs. I loved it. Now that to me was motivating because he was a regular guy who was trying really hard. When other people who have tremendous arms, I'm not going to mention any names, and they start talking about how they
He has
curl
one.
ridiculous weight,
Yeah.
that doesn't motivate me. That just makes me feel bad and little and weak. But Guar, I appreciate your post. I like the regular man post. I appreciated how much he was improving. It was fantastic. So for regular
I like
people,
that.
please,
Those inspired
please
me
report.
as well. Regular people.
I don't want.
That's funny.
I don't want to see your huge arms. That doesn't make me feel good.
No, there's nothing good about that. Even if he has only one. Oh shoot!
He swims in circles.
I think. Do you think? Speaking of regular people, do you think that regular person who runs seems a little? Maybe he's a little upset about what we had to say last week. Thoughts?
Who?
The regular person who runs.
You think he's upset with us?
He seemed a little quiet and maybe a little passive aggressive after the comments we had in the hurricane.
You think he's upset?
Hope
I don't
not.
know.
I mean, I don't think you have a right to be upset in this arena. You could get called
No, I don't
moron.
think
You got to just water off the duck's
He's
back.
not. No. I'm just teasing. I don't want to get him crazy. No, I just. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't give it a good listen. We got the comments very late. I expected a little more triggering from that episode from Guar, which like the reaction that he gave to the Portnoy article this morning. Holy hell! Was
Oh
that a
my
trigger?
god, that was funny.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I
like
guess we
Portnoy
had
either,
him.
I guess, huh?
So now it's Rogan 1, still number 1, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Then Tucker.
RFK Jr.
No. He's down on the list because remember he was a Dem really, so he's got
Right.
some.
Elon.
I saw Elon, and I didn't know Portnoy was in this
Portnoy's
list.
there.
Crazy. All right, hang in there, Guar.
Portnoy doesn't talk politics really too much, so now that he's spoken, he's on the list. Alex
has spoken,
Jones,
hasn't
another one on his list, right?
Ooh, well, yeah.
I
He's in
was
his
just
own
thinking
cat-
that today. You haven't had an Alex Jones post for us in a while.
I'll go get you one today. How
Yeah,
about that?
please do. Please do. Before the show comes
think he's-
out, so we can. We're predicting it now. You'll see a post today.
I think he's been a little busy with the possible sale of his network, whatever he's got there.
Oh, is he selling? Was it the War Room? Is it called?
I think he has to sell it as part of his settlement or something. Guar posted something about it. I don't know.
Another big
I'm sure.
finance deal.
Ooh.
Another
What?
big finance deal. Tom Brady buying into the Raiders.
I thought he
Oh,
did
yeah, I saw
already.
that.
Did
It
he?
got approved.
It was
Oh, okay.
approved.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
how do you think that's going to play out?
Hopefully they'll take him
Um,
out of the booth because he's got a conflict of interest because he
I don't
sucks.
think he'll
That would
be
be
able to. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do any of that. He's going to be very restricted in what he's allowed to do.
I
It's
have
good.
to say this. We were watching whatever game he did the other day in the Fernwood,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't realize it was him at first, and he's gotten much better.
Has he?
Yeah.
Ah, that
Well,
sucks.
I mean, you got to imagine you can't just do it off the cuff.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
It's perfect. I hate the Raiders because I'm a Broncos fan, so I have even more of a reason to hate the Raiders now, which is just perfect. Maybe
There you
they
go.
can hire Josh McDaniels back.
McDaniels.
He
Indeed.
I
sucks.
don't believe that the Raiders will have any future of being good because of Tom Brady owning them.
No.
Wow. Is it like
well-
the Michael Jordan when he bought the Wizards or whatever they
Yeah.
were called, the Bullets back
Exactly.
And when
Exactly.
Jeter was a
And-
part owner of the
then?
Marlins,
Miami.
100%. And Jeter, like, although he was unarguably one of the best in the game,
unarguably, excuse me,
I like that.
I don't think you can argue that.
I can, but not now.
I think he'd lose, but
I'm not
But
saying I'd win, but I can argue it.
But when he became in the business arena,
You could say it's a losing argument, but go ahead, sorry.
once he became an owner and he was with the other big money, it didn't work for him. He didn't fit in.
Well, he also doesn't have any, education, background, experience being a businessman, right?
I would think that that's what it was, and I think that's the problem with these players buying teams.
Yeah, and he went to Michigan, so he's not smart.
All right.
You would think.
Like Portnoy.
They should have known that before
Like
they even let him buy
Portnoy.
in.
It was weird. I don't really watch baseball. I caught like a pregame somewhere. It was Ortiz, A-Rod, and Jeter together. Are you kidding me? What are they doing?
Here's the worst thing. Think about this. What's his face? Chris, who's the guy that announces with Brady? He used to be the Mets Shea Stadium guy running around. Kevin Burkhardt.
Okay.
Right. So Kevin Burkhardt is Tom Brady's partner for football. Then he's the baseball studio host with A-Rod, Jeter, and Ortiz.
Oh my God.
He better be getting paid a lot of money to hang out with all these assholes. Oh my God.
And I heard Ortiz speaking. You know me, I don't understand accents. I don't know what the guy's saying.
A-Rod, he's actually, it's something about him that never really pissed me off because I feel like he's just innocently dopey.
He's dope.
Like,
he is dope. He's just a good looking, tall guy.
But Jeter is actually like Brady. Like, I'm like, why are you there, dude? You were like the most successful guy at your job and you're not good at this. What are you doing?
And Jeter, he's getting ugly. Like, not that he was a good looking guy when he was younger, but he looks awful right now.
He looks like
not
a bald
looking too good. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Come on back down to earth.
Yeah. Get him on the lumen. Yeah, he doesn't look good at all. I know what you're saying. He's got a lot of loose skin on his head.
Right?
A little puffy.
Yeah, he doesn't look so good.
No.
He's no LL Cool J, I'll tell you that.
No, and I love that.
LL.
So good.
We need LL in the booth.
Oh, that would be great. I might watch that.
Yeah, that baseball, the Fox baseball
that's Fox that has those on?
Yeah. It's horrendous. Oh my God. It's a literal clown show.
It really is.
It's so horrible.
Who was in a room and said, this is a good idea?
It's so bad.
They should have gotten Barkley. Charles Barkley would have been better, for sure.
He's great.
Chuck and Kenny could talk about any sport.
Wait, so is TNT, the boy, Nicholas thought TNT might have one more year left, and they didn't renew, or are they gone? Are we going to get them this year for basketball?
I think they have one more year.
Oh, thank God. Maybe they'll work it out so we get them again in the future. I did watch the Knicks the other night. I think it was right before when Sunday Night Football ended, or Sunday games ended, before the Met game started Sunday. I got to watch like the third quarter of the Knicks, and that was when they were actually playing all their new players with the old ones. Actually, they look good. I think they got something going here. Hopefully, they can make a run this year.
They should be good. Guar's very high on Towns. I don't really know him well, but I trust Guar's basketball.
I didn't know him. He looked great in that game. They don't have a full chemistry yet. You can see they're still trying to work that out, but he's big, athletic, looks good. The Knicks open against Boston, and then they play the next game against Indiana Pacers.
I'm going to quiet down for nothing.
Should still be quiet. Riley's yelling at me because I told her I was on a work call. Now she just saw you on my screen.
Hi, Riley.
I love it. All right.
Anyway.
Anything else?
There was something else I wanted to say.
TV?
No email?
No emails?
No,
I'm so surprised. I thought I would have sprung up an email. Me
too.
My comments were rather pointed, and I hope. Well, I guess she is okay. You saw her on the soccer field. My trashing of the clarinet
you
during the show.
You did.
I thought that would have gotten elicited a response, but
what was that?
BMO listed his top band instruments in order.
That was an amazing analysis. For those of you who are not on the Discord, I will say I am no longer on Twitter or X. I don't even. I last night I took it off notifications. I don't even get notifications from it anymore.
From what?
X.
You had notifications on?
I was getting notifications.
For what? Like What kind of
just
posts?
whatever they thought I should see.
Really?
Yeah.
I got a funny story
Wow,
about
that
when
sounds
Twitter
annoying.
kind of first came out. I was starting my job at LightPath where Mike and I worked together. But this is a long time ago, 17, 18 years ago. And I remember I opted in for text alerts for
Oh, God.
tweets, and I
Oops, wrong
didn't know
side.
the system yet, and it was my work phone, and I had a freaking like hundreds, thousands of texts, and they would charge you for each text. Back
Oh, no.
then, it wasn't free. I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It was funny.
Oh no.
I think LightPath was like the only company that didn't have unlimited text messaging and calling. Because remember, I
that?
came there in 2016 from another company, and I only have work phones, and no one ever questioned anything I used. I get like pulled into the office one day. I had because I think I was on like a group me, but I had it set to go to text.
Yep.
With like all my college friends, and like it was I started in April. Alumni weekend was May, so the chatter was hot. And our boss's like secretary, basically, whatever she was, was like, I have to let you know, you have the most text messages in the company, and you get. I'm like, what? I'm like, who even? What? I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, what the hell kind of deal do they have with a cell phone company? It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we used to get monthly reports. Do you remember this, Gary?
Oh my god, yes.
I need you to speak to so and so. Their minutes of use on the work phone's very high. And if you can see here, he's calling Virginia a lot. And I know his daughter's in the Navy. Like, there was a person who was investigating this very thoroughly.
That's
And I'm
old
like,
school.
I'm like, you really want me to go
totally
talk to them?
forgot
I'm
about
like,
that. I
I'm
actually
like, yeah,
remember
I'll
who
go
the high
talk to 'em.
users were too now.
Yeah.
It was all the people that Phil Kearney brought over.
Yes, it was. That's the guy I was talking about.
Yep.
But like, I was just like, yo, I'm like, these idiots have a bad cell plan and you're running up a bill and they seem to care. So just please stop. Like, I wasn't mad or anything. Like, this is so dumb. It was unreal. They had like whatever their cell phone plan was with was the
Horrible.
dumbest thing on earth.
Horrible.
Also, the same company who launched a cellular product, right? And then didn't convert their work phones to that cell product.
They did that. Do you also remember Freewheel?
No, that was before. Freewheel was before me. And when you explained it to me, it was the most idiotic thing I ever heard of.
Wi-Fi phones. Oh my god.
Just stay in your house and you could talk to whoever you want.
Oh, it was horrible. Well, they did have the free Wi-Fi network if you were a customer of theirs back then.
You know
they
what?
actually
I
had
forgot
decent
about that.
coverage.
I did use that. I think, yeah, I did actually. That wasn't terrible.
That was actually
guess that
really
was-
nice back in the day when you didn't have unlimited data on
Yeah.
your phone. Like I used to
Yes.
always have my Wi-Fi on, and I used to stream TV shows or movies or whatever
Yeah.
all over the place.
My buddy, Nassau County cop, you bring back a memory. He told me he knew where every Optimum tower was, like where the things were, like the good blocks to park on in the neighborhood that he worked at, so he could watch movies on his phone while he was patrolling.
That's great.
Thank you, Optimum.
The good times.
Good times. Anything big this week
What was that?
before we wrap this up? Plans?
Plans? Well,
Any
I'm
plans
going.
for the
I'm
weekend?
going to New Hampshire. I'm going to see the beautiful fall foliage in the
Both of
UMass
you?
and New Hampshire area.
I'm going to Penn State. I am going to.
Also-
Chris seems to be doing very well with his pledging. Positive attitude still.
Good.
So
I didn't
we'll have an
realize
update
both
on
of
that.
those missions were this weekend. All right, so we almost had a double electric mission. Sounds like we're only going to have one.
One electric mission. What about you?
Our first big swim meet of the season, Saturday, Sunday, from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'll be refereeing and stuff.
Both days.
So that's exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Both days, yeah. Yep, and I don't get paid like Gary. Gary's the smart one.
So nice, and it's cash. You can't
I
beat
want to
that.
make my way down.
I wonder-
So then there's the weekend after. What's that weekend?
I'm flying. Well, it's my birthday weekend.
Halloween
And
weekend.
I'll be flying to Rochester for Ryan's first meet.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
And Riley's throwing a party at the house, apparently. She just informed me. Little does she know we're not staying over in Rochester. We'll be arriving back at home at some point in that evening. I won't say what time.
So then maybe Sunday on the 27th, the Fernwood, you think the Fernwood will be open?
Oh, we might be able to arrange that, certainly.
Yeah, I think I may want to make a trip down to the Fernwood on 27th.
Take the
Let me
electric
talk-
work.
caddy.
We'll talk to the owner, see what we can do.
Just for
report back to
DenBob.
you.
All right.
Well, we'll see.
Just for DenBob.
We'll see. Maybe more.
see.
Maybe we can round up. Maybe we could round up some other people.
Oh, BMO has proven that he will show up.
Right?
It's true.
Gar, maybe the soccer schedule will be light or only in the morning.
Could be.
Or book a Floral Park game.
Oh,
Strategy.
Across the border?
I mean,
Oh, it could pay for your electricity to get here.
yeah. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm charging for free again. Woo.
Nice.
Let's go.
So you're gonna be
Man, I love that.
you're gonna be going to the office more often.
Yeah.
Because of this.
I might.
That's amazing.
And I'll take Nick's car in sometimes too. Fill him up.
100%.
Did you get it yet?
Maybe we'll take my dad's car.
His is supposed to come Saturday.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'll take your dad's car too. Your dad likes me. He'll let me drive it.
That's what you should do. Help DenBob out. Oh, I think it sounds like I'm getting a new car next week.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
What? What
Yeah.
kind of car?
Well, the lease is up on the Odyssey. It was up in the spring. I extended it 5 months. It ended on September 30th, and I'm just kind of keeping. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping it. I don't know. Do they show up and come get it eventually? I don't know how that works.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, you can't just keep it.
Will they?
Yes,
All right.
you either have to pay for it or give it back.
Yeah, no. I made my monthly payment. Like, even though they said it was only, I'm like, I just made my monthly payment again. They're like, okay. No, I talked to them and they were
it
like,
doesn't
yeah,
work like that.
I don't know. That's what I did. I'm in the car right now.
Someone's following you. Look in the weird.
Yeah, I hope you
mirrors.
don't get pulled over for a stolen vehicle.
No, listen, the registration's in my name. Like, really, what can they do?
Well, so I tell you, I got a little issue. I talked about how I turned in my Volkswagen,
Uh-huh.
and I got the money from CarMax or whatever. So
Right.
I took my plates. So you need to get the insurance canceled. They only cancel it. So I took my plates. I went to Motor Vehicles, and this is going to be a to be continued story. But I went to Motor Vehicles, and I didn't want to mail it. I wanted to hand it to them.
I did the same thing.
And I said, "Can I get my receipt?" And she said, "I'm going to mail you the receipt." I
Uh-oh.
said, "Really?"
What?
I said, "I'm giving you the plates right now." And she's like, and she made a motion. She put them under the desk, and she said, "You'll get your receipt in the mail." So I didn't get my receipt in the mail. What I got in the mail was a notice that I'm in violation of the law because I have an uninsured vehicle.
They're supposed to. It actually says on their website you should make sure you get your receipt when you go.
Yeah. I know. She said, "We're going to mail you the receipt."
Oh,
So here's how it's going down. I was able to go online, and the status of my plates is that they were submitted on the date that I submitted them. So, like, I could take so what I did was I responded to the thing with that screenshot.
hmm
And here's how I'm anticipating it going down. They're going to say, if you don't have the plates, you have to file for stolen or lost plates with the police department, which I will do.
in New York
And when
State
I
stole
file
from
it-
me.
I am going to say
I think it's Madison I took it from.
stolen by the Motor Vehicle Bureau, window 21, on September
Why the
9th.
hell would you open it?
I didn't read the name.
Oh, that sounds more interesting. What's going on there?
Nothing.
Oh,
Is it going to be kind?
yeah. So I am going to report
never
the
know.
Department of Motor Vehicles
When's
as
he getting home?
the thief
The
of
theft.
my plates.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks for
Did you
answering
register a
me.
new car at that point? I don't remember.
No, I lost. It's done. I have less.
I'm trying to speak, Riley.
I haven't gotten my new. This is fantastic. I haven't gotten my
It's
new
like Will Ferrell
registration
with the
yet,
Meatloaf episode.
and I feel like it's been too long. It's been like 3 weeks. Don't they usually come within like a week? Even though they say it could take 3 to 5.
You can print the
What's that?
temporary.
I have the
Yeah,
temporary on the window. It's good till
Yeah.
like second week or first week of November. But I'm just wondering why I didn't get the new stuff yet. I did get my refund check for the Jeep.
Nice. That's
You did?
awesome.
Yeah, I got a receipt when I handed in my plates. Canceled my insurance immediately, and then with in 2 weeks, I got my check.
And so that's amazing. And
Did you
I
get your
will say-
check yet for your registration? Probably not, because they don't even know they have them.
Correct. Although the website does say that, I just don't have the receipt.
Huh.
And they sent me the violation.
It's fantastic.
That's wild.
Yeah. And
Yes.
as far as the Odyssey, I will say the best deal you're going to get on a vehicle is probably buying out that lease.
I wonder why that woman
Nah.
did not give you a receipt.
I'm not doing that. I could have done that.
The only thing I'm thinking of is I was in the motor vehicle and I lost my place. Like they called my number, but I missed it because I was like texting or whatever. I was on the phone. So I had to go back online and I'm like, and I showed them my ticket and I'm like, I think I missed the call. And they're like, yeah, just go to that window. So I think window 21 was not trained at taking in plates.
Yeah, you
window
got
21 might have been somebody else.
Yeah, you got
And
the
when
backup guy.
I got, well, a woman, but yeah.
Mm.
I'll point her out in a lineup too.
Good. Be ready for that.
I'll walk
Yeah.
in with the cop and I'll be like, that's the one.
That's exactly why. Because the person that does those non-stop knows they give a receipt to everybody.
Right. So she must have been, this was window 21. It's not the
Yeah.
plate
Never go
number.
to 21.
Yeah,
Never
my
even-
No.
woman's like, here, she goes, I can't give you a check for your registration back, but you'll get that in the mail, but I'll give you the receipt right now that you handed in your plates. I'm like, oh, great. Thank you so much.
Damn it. Should have gone with you.
Yeah.
Should've.
So we're getting a new Odyssey.
Good for you.
The
That's
broker?
it?
Did
Just
you go
gonna be
to the
another
broker?
Odyssey, huh?
Yeah. So I thought my lease was good till October 30th. On October 2nd, I got an email from Bethpage Federal Credit Union, who it's through. And they were like, your lease expired on September 30th. I was like, oops. Oh, well. I called them right away to see if I could extend it again. And they were like, no. But they were like super nice. They're like, yeah. I'm like, what's the deal? Like, do I have a grace period here? They're like, we'll probably just bill you for another month while you figure this out. I'm like, oh, cool. But then I was like, all right, let me kill some time here. I'm like, because I couldn't get a hold of my broker because he's Orthodox Jewish, and it was like, this is the
holiday
perfect
weekend.
storm. It was Rosh Hashanah when I started this episode 2 weeks ago. Then it was Yom Kippur.
Yep.
I'm
Oh my
calling
God.
him. I'm like, I'm emailing him, no responses. So Bethpage, I said, yeah, give me the buyout options, which took a couple days, and they said this is good till the 15th if you want to buy it, which was yesterday. So Columbus Day, I'm like, I bet you Eddie, he'll be in the office today because we got freaking Sukkot coming up this weekend. These Jewish holidays are back to back to back.
Sukkot, not pronounced suck it. As like we want to say that, but you can't.
Sorry.
Don't say that. It's
Sorry.
Sukkot.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to stand up for your Jewish friends and correct me. So I text him on Friday. He calls me right back on Monday. And Nancy just laughs because, like, this is how he is. Like, it's like he's hard to get a hold of. But then once you do, we're on the
He's all over
phone.
you.
He's like, all right. He's like, listen, I'm only in this week to Wednesday. And then I got another holiday. I'll be in the full week next week. But I'm like, Eddie, like, it kind of expired already. And my wife's stressing out. He's like, all right. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we like the Odyssey. Is there any other minivan? He's like, nah, the other ones are all crap. He's like, you only want an Odyssey. They've got good numbers. Hold on. He's like, give me 15 minutes. If I get a hold of the person I'm thinking of, I could probably take care of this. He calls me back in 15 minutes. He's like, all right, I got 4 cars. Here's the colors. Here's the models. I have this one today. I'll have this one by the end of the month. I'll have this one next week. He's like, all right. I'm like, yeah, let's do that one. We'll do the sport model, gray, at this, 39 months, this many, 12,000 miles for that number. Yeah, sounds good. But he's like, all right, yeah. He's like, all set. Let's just verify your work again, salary, got your insurance information. All right, yeah. I'll take care of this. You'll have the car next week. You'll hear from me after the holiday, but it's all set. If any issues, I'll let you know. All right, Eddie, thanks. Bye.
That's amazing.
It took like
That is so different than my car buying experience.
I know. But that's all I want to do. That's the amount of effort and time I want to spend on it.
That's amazing. And he's going to take the old one back?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he'll, and he's like, yeah, he's going to do it the least through Bethpage again, who's easy. And he's like, I already spoke to them. I asked him about your other cards. Like, they really didn't seem worried. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm like,
Bethpage
okay.
is a very good bank. I like them.
I have to say, their customer service, they're super nice. Like,
Yeah.
I could have stayed on the phone with this woman all day. She was like, great.
Yeah,
She
they
was
really are.
nice.
I've had
And
nothing.
there's no-
My mortgage through them and
Yeah, there's
all
no
our
wait
banking is with them.
time.
They're
There's
very
nothing.
nice.
Yeah, kudos to them.
Good for them, yeah.
Yeah, recommendations today: Northport Cal Harbor Soccer Tournament and Bethpage Federal Credit Union.
There you go. Bam.
My two
Bang.
recommendations.
And
as the
electric.
kids say.
And electric.
And electric.
Electric EV vehicles. Oh, have to say, going into swimming 2 days ago, and like I'm the poorest person on this swim team. Everyone's got such nice cars.
They're all going to Bethpage for Ryder Cup.
Yeah, oh, they'll be there.
Yeah, not you.
Car turns in coming from the south on Merrick Avenue into the aquatic center, and I turn it behind him. It was the Hummer EV.
Oh.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, I saw one of those on the on the expressway about 2 weeks ago. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Why in the hell would you get a Cybertruck over that thing? You know, if you're comparing, it's gorgeous. It's really good looking, really nice looking.
Maybe
vehicle.
if you love Elon, you want a Cybertruck. I don't know.
I would never drive that.
Oh, I wouldn't say I would never, but I would
I would
prefer
never.
the Hummer.
I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go do a test drive of it just to see.
You
what the hell
can
it feels.
just go
I
in
know, I
and they
know.
let you go. They don't go in with you. You just go take it.
Mike and I spent many hours in the Fernwood Sunday and Monday, and that came up at some point. I'm like, we should just go to Tesla and just like drive them around.
They're all
Like,
over the place.
We should each get one and then get on the Meadowbrook because there's a dealership right off the Meadowbrook. Fly out to Jones Beach, just fly around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's even a time limit. Just get back before we go home.
Fun stuff.
All right. Well, great show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Join the Discord. And
wait, let me just check, just in case some tardy person sent an email. No, it doesn't look like it.
Very good.
What the hell? You all suck. You all stink. You're all terrible people. That's fine. Just to announce, public service announcement. I know, Bosco, you're waiting on this. To start off my birthday week, we have a treat for you people who work from home. Monday afternoon, October 21st at 3 p.m., Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace.
Beautiful.
A Monday afternooner. How about that?
Love it.
And where is it? At the City Ground. Sumu, see you there.
Get to work
Maybe I'll
and
come.
watch. I love those days.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I don't know what. It's probably on USA too, since it's the only game.
Yeah, probably. Good.
Just
Awesome.
guess.
Good news.
Anyway, and no emails.
All right. Well, until next time, be Gar-rific.
Gar out.
Have a great day.
Later, boys.
Peace.